Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be planning for the week of January 10th through the 16th, and I'm using a kit from Two Lil Bees called Goals. This kit is in rose gold foil, and I purchased all of the add-ons that were available. There was a functional page, floral page, and some of the clip art. I only ended up using one of those stickers on the clip art page, and I decided I was just going to save the other ones for journaling because those stickers are a bit larger and I had so many other stickers that I could use, and a lot of those were available in smaller formats in the kit, so I decided to just set that to the side and focus on all of the other stickers that I had. I really love that her add-on pages are the same size as the kit pages because there are just so many stickers to choose from, and it makes planning so fun and a lot less stressful in a way because I don't worry about running out of florals or boxes, and I just choose the one that fits best in that spot. For my washi weekend banner, I really wanted to use some of the washi from the kit, so I made my washi banner a bit shorter than normal to make those washi strips fit nicer. In this kit, there were 4 longer washi strips and 4 shorter ones, and I just used the longer ones in my weekend banner, and I'll be using the shorter ones throughout the spread, but I also pulled in some Simply Gilded washi to fill in the rest of that space. For my date covers, I had noticed that there were 7 of these florals on the functional page, and I decided to use those. At the time, I was filming a bunch of spreads at once, so I just wanted to keep it simple, but I did want to do a little bit of variety because these date covers are kiss cut and they have more of a shape instead of being boxed. I knew that I want to do something a little different with these, and so I put the florals coming from the top of the page, and I felt like that would be a little bit easier with these date covers because they are a little bit curved at the top. I don't know if that makes sense, but I really enjoy the changes that have been made with Two Lil Bees kits. I always love her format, but I noticed that she makes little changes here and there, either depending on the design of the kit, or in this case, I think she mentioned that she wanted to make her date covers a little bit smaller and kiss cut so that there could be more freedom with date cover deco and just making the date cover a little more interesting. I have been using these date dots for the entire month. I basically noticed that I had so many rose gold kits, and I started with my Sadie stickers kit for New Year's, and I was using Sadie stickers date dots, and as I was going through each week, I just kept using the same ones since the dates matched up nicely. I almost used the entire set of date dots from that page because I used 4 rose gold kits in January, so that worked out nicely. But I don't know in the previous videos if I mentioned that those date dots were from Sadie stickers. Those are nice to use because they are squares instead of actual dots. During this week, PJ was home from school for the entire week because he had gotten sick at school the previous week, and he was supposed to either get a note if he wanted to go back early, and I had mentioned in my previous plan with me that I was not able to get a COVID test right away, so by the time we ended up getting our test results, it was already time for him to go back according to the nurse's note that we had received, which was 10 days from when he was sick. Thankfully, it wasn't COVID. I did have PJ take some tests at home every few days just to make sure, but I didn't feel safe sending him back to school until we actually got the PCR test results. But also this week, my sister was staying with us from Christmas up until her dentist appointment, which was in the previous week, and my parents were supposed to take her back down to LA, but my dad had some scheduling changes at work. He had to work on the weekend, so they delayed it for another week, so she was still here at our house during this week, which was kind of nice because for the most part the boys weren't really sick, and also PJ wasn't going to school, so we were able to spend a lot of quality time with her. In my sidebar, pretty much everything is from the kit aside from the January script, which is from the Glitter Mama. I basically tried to choose the largest stickers that were available so that I'd be able to use those and layer them in the sidebar. I feel like I'm going to be saying this week after week, but I use a lot of White Deer stationery stickers in this kit, so I don't think I'm going to call out every single one. I'm also using my usual station sticker scripts, but I also am incorporating more scripts from JK Creates Co. But I will have all of the shops that I use in the spread linked down below. But if you have any questions, please leave me a comment and I'll be happy to answer. Getting into the week, on Monday, I started with writing that there was no school for PJ all week. It really felt like we were going right back into winter break. Then I marked Coffee Monday. This is one of the scripts from JK Creates Co. and you'll see a lot more of these throughout the spread. Then I used a half scallop box and I layered some florals on top of it along with a cleaning day script. And then I also have an icon from Harriet Wright Designs. I spent a lot of time cleaning this day, especially because PJ had been sick. I really did not want my sister to get sick. Obviously, I was hoping no one else would get sick, but especially because my sister was a guest at our house, I was trying to be extra careful. Below that, I added a full box day extender, and inside I used the extra functional box that was on the bottom washi page. It already had this planner deco on the box, so I used it to mark a planning session. I wrote that I worked on my Sweet Koi design planner, as well as my November 2021 spreads. I knew I wasn't going to have time to upload plan with me's for each individual spread in my 2021 planner, so I tried to work on those off camera and do catch up with me videos instead. Underneath the full box, I added a floral header, and then I eventually added this bow divider. But in the quarter box, I wrote that my husband went on a Costco run and he was not feeling well this day. I'm pretty sure once he came home, he fell asleep really quickly for the rest of the night to try to get better. In the half box, I wrote that I spent some time cleaning the preschool desk. With PJ home from school this week, I wanted to spend some time doing some activities, so I wanted to get all the preschool stuff organized and ready for that. Below that, I marked a workout that I did with my sister. I noticed that we had done 4 workouts this week, so I used the 4 smaller flags for all of the workouts. Then I marked painting my nails. And the last thing I marked for this day was chalk with my boys and sister. On Tuesday, I started with this foiled circle scallop, which was on the Shantae Plans freebie that matched this kit, and I layered some florals along with this morning cuddle script. Below that, I marked another workout with my sister, and then I wanted to mark laundry with a sticker from Harriet Wright Designs. Instead of adding it to a box, I just layered it on top of some florals. Then I wanted to mark helping Benny clean his room. I love using these toy box stickers whenever I mark cleaning one of the boys' rooms because it mainly is just organizing their toys. Below that, I use the 2 scallop heart boxes. I was looking at my notes to see if there was anything else I would want to mark in a heart, and since I really didn't see anything else, I decided to layer those on top of each other and use them to mark watching The Bachelor with my sister. Below that, I also marked watching another show. This one was the Married at First Sight premiere. I'm pretty sure that the premiere was the week before because I always watch Married at First Sight on Thursdays, and the previous Thursday was when PJ was sick, so I must have remembered that I had this episode to watch, which is always kind of nice when I do that because that means that I get to have the next episode in just a couple days instead of waiting a whole week. The TV icon is from Planning Like a Pro. On Wednesday, I started with a full box, and I've really grown to love the double header above full boxes that are at the top of the day, especially when there's a distinct header that I want to use above all the full boxes. I really enjoy keeping that part of the spread cohesive. The first thing I marked this day was that Benny was sick. I'm pretty sure I completely forgot to mark that my husband was feeling sick on Tuesday, and I think by Wednesday he was feeling better, but this was the day that Benny was not feeling well and he had a fever throughout the day. But overall, he was in a pretty good mood and he was still wanting to play, but I tried my best to get him to rest and drink a lot of water as much as I could. Below that, I marked another workout with my sister. And then I tried to get some filming done. The camera icon is from Harriet Wright Designs. And I think at this point, I kind of had a hard time with trying to film while my sister was visiting. I wasn't aware that she was going to be staying with us until she actually came for Christmas. And she brought a bunch of stuff and she was like, oh yeah, can I stay with you for a couple weeks? And so that kind of threw off my filming idea that I just figured after Christmas I'll be able to film. And it was just harder for me to try to do that with my sister here. Not that she makes it harder, it's just that I think it's like a mental block because I want to spend more time with her, especially because she doesn't live in town anymore. And filming really takes a lot of mental energy for me. I really need to focus and I try to plan out a lot before I film, so that just takes a lot of work for me, and I think it makes me feel guilty that I have to spend so much time doing it. But she had been encouraging me throughout the time that she was here to film whenever I wanted, and I did finally get some filming done this day. Below that, I wrote that I discovered H3TV, which is now called Ethan Klein. It is a YouTube channel, and the H3 podcast channel was on vacation for a few weeks, and I was really missing the podcast. There are 3 to 4 episodes every week, so not having any to listen to throughout the week was a really big change for me. So I finally realized that they had posted some videos on this other channel, and that was pretty exciting. The last thing I wrote for this day was that I went to bed early. I actually used a script for that part. And then I wrote that I slept with Benny. He notices that I always sleep with PJ when PJ is sick. So he right away was like, you get to sleep with me because I'm sick. And I was more than happy to do that. Flipping over to Thursday, Benny and I slept in. We got so much sleep that night. I had brought my headphones with me and was planning to watch videos or listen to podcasts while Benny slept because I normally stay up much later than he does, but I completely fell asleep with him and was able to sleep a lot that night. Then I layered a couple of boxes and marked deep cleaning our fridge. I was really upset about this clipboard just because I wish I would have saved it for Friday when we had our therapy session. When I had gone to mark our therapy session, I was like, oh, clipboard, that's perfect. And I didn't want them on days right next to each other. So I really wish I would have used that and saved it for that day. But either way, it looks cute. Below that, I marked some Happy Mail. This deco from the kit is perfect to mark Happy Mail. And then I marked another workout with my sister. Below that, I added my full box day extender. Inside the day extender, I used this foiled box from Shantae's freebie, and this one was foiled vertically, so I knew it would be perfect for my day extender, and I tried to use one of the larger florals to surround that. I wrote that we took out all of our Christmas bins, and I started putting away our decorations. Below that, I marked a Target pickup. In the half box, I used a sticker from Pumpkin Paper Co. We had a See's Candy 100-year anniversary box, so they made some new chocolates to go inside this box, and we did a taste test. I cut them all up into 4s so that we could all try all of them and pick our favorites. Then I marked a grocery run. And the last thing I wrote on this day was that H3 won their first lawsuit. They had 4 lawsuits basically from one person, so it was exciting that they won their first lawsuit. On Friday, I started with my full box. Then this is where I marked our therapy session. I decided to just go with the half scallop with the florals on top of that and used a planner sticker. Then I wrote that I took the boys to get their COVID test done. This was the earliest test I could get because they were so busy after the holidays. Then I marked going to Starbucks. At this point, the boys know that whenever we get COVID tests, they get some sort of treat, so they wanted to go to Starbucks and get some cake pops. Once I got home after the COVID test and after Starbucks, I realized that I had my dentist appointment pretty much right at the time that I got home, so I had to rush to get the boys inside and brush my teeth, get my Invisalign cleaned, and head out to the dentist. I can't remember the last time that I had forgotten about an appointment like this. I feel like I'm always looking at my planners and my notebook where I have all of my notes and appointments. This day, normally I would have thought about how much time I would need in between the COVID test and my dentist appointment, and for some reason it wasn't even on my mind this morning. I ended this day with a half box. I used a sticker that looks like my sister from Fox and Pip, and I wrote that we said bye to my sister. She left with my parents earlier than planned. I believe they're supposed to leave early Saturday morning, but they decided to just go after my dad came home from work this evening. So she really had to rush to get everything packed and ready to go. Moving on to the weekend. On Saturday, I started by adding my full box to the bottom of the day to see how much space I had left over. I knew I wanted to use one of the larger boxes that is similar to the one I used for the monthly section. And then after that, the space I had left over was enough to fit a half box. So I used a tidy up script from Nikki Plus 3. And then I wrote that I did some prep for getting PJ ready to go back to school. In the larger decorative box, I marked a family movie night. We drove to Red Robin. We had our Christmas lights still in my car, and we watched Encanto. I have mentioned this in the past, but this was kind of a tradition we had started in December of 2020 to celebrate our anniversary. We wanted to do something special, so we drove to a restaurant. We had Christmas lights in the car, and we ate in the back of my car while we watched a movie. My oldest son, PJ, he is not a big fan of watching movies. He kind of gets scared when he's not sure what's going to happen or if there are too many big feelings that are being portrayed. So his go-to is Cars because he knows he likes that movie and he can deal with the kind of scarier parts. And for the most part, that is the movie that we watch when we drive to Red Robin. But this time, my husband convinced them to actually watch something new. And I had seen Encanto before. I wasn't sure how they were going to like it. I told them that we could skip through any scary parts or any parts that they didn't want to watch. And they actually ended up loving the movie. They watched it all the way through and they have watched it multiple times since then, which was kind of surprising to me because there are kind of some scary parts and lots of big feelings in that movie. So I was very proud of them, especially PJ. He was able to process his emotions while watching that movie. But even to this day, like, he only wants to watch Encanto or Cars. So our list has grown a little bit, but he still is not willing to watch more movies and see how he likes them. But either way, I am happy to have 2 on the list now. And after we had dinner, we normally get the dessert at Red Robin, but this time we decided to go to Cold Stone. PJ especially loves routine, so we're trying little by little to change it up a tiny bit and see how he does with that. So far this time it went really well, and we even talked about trying a different restaurant next time, and he was completely open to that, whereas last year he said nope, we're going to Red Robin. That's it, that's the only option. So we are making progress here. On Sunday, I started by layering some boxes to mark church. The icon is from Harriet Wright Designs. Then I marked some family time. I think I initially mixed up the scripts that I wanted to use for Saturday and Sunday, so I was able, thankfully, to get up the family time script from Saturday and move it to this half scallop box. Below that, I wrote that I helped PJ clean his room this day. Then I added my full box day extender. I love this double box desk scene. They definitely could have easily been used on different days, but I decided to keep them together on the weekend. And on the inside, I use my extra full box. I think I probably needed a little bit more room on this day, but I tried to fit in as much as I could. This was the last spot in my planner, so I wanted to use as many of the stickers in this kit as possible, at least my favorites. So I used some of the planner deco. The clipboard is here. I wrote that I did some planner time and we watched The Masked Singer. On the floral header, I added a Chipotle script. And below that, I used a Christmas light foil divider from Station Stickers. And I wrote that my husband took down our Christmas lights this day, which is so much easier than putting them up. But that is all I have for this week. Here are all the stickers I have left over. I really tried to use as many stickers as possible in this spread. I added 3 day extenders to try to do that, but I really just had so much fun with this kit. I'm glad I bought all of the add-ons because that just made it so much more fun and exciting to use this kit. And I think a lot of the leftover stickers I feel like I can use in my journaling spread, so that is exciting. It's just so nice to have extra boxes and stickers that are planner related. It's just so much easier to try to incorporate those in future spreads. I am not normally drawn to neutral colors, but I think this kit was so beautifully put together, and like I said, I just had so much fun using it, and I really love the idea of using a goal-related kit for January. I would love to know, since we are already in April, how your goals have been going for this year. I know mine are always a work in progress, but let me know in the comments down below. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.